it is time now to ask the expert. Here to answer your questions live on air about spring allergies is Dr. Natasha Bhuyan. All right, our first question is from John in Phoenix. Does putting AlkaSeltzer tablet in water stop, is it rhinitis?
Rhinitis, yeah, we call it allergic rhinitis.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's the symptoms of allergies. So it's the runny nose, the itchy eyes. Okay, AlkaSeltzer, a lot of people think that's for heartburn.
Yeah.
They do have, a whole line for allergies, and you can use it for allergies. What they have in it is an antihistamine.
Okay.
So basically, if you use AlkaSeltzer allergy antihistamine, it does work. The problem though is it's called a first generation antihistamine.
Okay.
It's a strong antihistamine. It makes you drowsy. So if people use that, I say use it at night. But if you want to use an antihistamine that doesn't make you drowsy, it's things like Zyrtec. The second generation antihistamines are better.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, Larry from Peoria says, I have horrible allergies, having been diagnosed as allergic to everything. A friend suggested a homeopathic medication, and it works like a charm with no side effects.
Oh, I would love to hear more about that. I hear about people having allergies to everything all the time. And for people with severe allergies, when it doesn't work when they take over-the-counter medications, certainly see an allergist. And they can sometimes do allergy shots, but I'm curious about the homeopathic remedy.
Yeah.
The other thing I tell people is we are often a culprit with allergies. We bring all the allergens into our home.
Yes.
And so it's the idea of changing your clothes before you come home, change your shoes, you track in pollen.
Oh, I
wash
make
your
the kids
hair.
leave the shoes in the garage.
And my patients with really severe allergies, they won't even put gel or mousse in their hair in the springtime because that attracts all the allergens.
Whoa.
And so I feel for you. It's hard to suffer from allergies.
Wow, I must be a magnet. All right. Hey, Larry, the last one, you should text Natasha after this segment because she's curious to know the homeopathic remedies that you do. Okay, Vincent texting in from Tempe. Although the consumption of honey is a myth to cure allergies, would the daily intake of bee pollen help fight allergy problems?
Vincent, that's such a great question. I have a lot of patients ask me this, and there's been research on this, and the research is really mixed. I would love to recommend it and say that it works, but the research shows it's not conclusive, so we don't think it works until we have more evidence.
Okay, so don't waste your money.
Don't waste your money, yeah.
Okay, good to know. Christy from Litchfield says, I've been coughing recently and there's some phlegm. There are no other symptoms and I feel fine. Could this be allergy related and what should I do?
Okay, this is the age-old question of if someone has a cold or if they have allergies, they're coughing, they don't know. And certainly if you have postnasal drip, that can cause a cough, that can be allergies. Here's a telltale sign I tell people, is if you are coughing and feeling sick throughout the entire day, it's more likely that you have a cold. But if your symptoms are waxing and waning, it's worse in the morning, it's worse mid-morning, it gets better throughout the day, it's more likely that you have allergies. And so for that postnasal drip, using that nasal steroid spray, it does make a difference.
Excellent. Thank you for differing that. Okay, Al from Mesa says, I have both allergies and asthma. My issues are getting worse and sometimes I don't know what medicines to take.
Yeah, and Al, you are not alone. So people who have asthma during allergy season, they tend to get more asthma flares because the allergies trigger those asthma flares. Now, there's a really great medication called Montelukast, that's the generic of it. It works well for allergies and asthma. So I tell folks with asthma, actually go see your doctor because asthma is a really tricky condition. There's different inhalers for it, there's different medications for it. People have different lung capacities, so it's good to talk with your doctor about what's the best treatment for you.
Excellent stuff. Okay, and I know we have a lot more questions, so you're going to go back in the green room for 10 minutes and answer more text questions. So again, text us 602-444-1212.